Sometimes it's not the water in the pool we worry about, but the water outside the pool that matters. And there's a simple activity to show that. If you know someone with a pool or underground storage tank, you've probably heard them worry about letting the level get too low. But why is that? Under normal circumstances, the weight of water in the pool or tank pushes on the surrounding soil. The level of the groundwater may go up and down, but there's always a balance of force holding it in place. However, if you drain it down too much and the water level in the surrounding soil gets too high, the structure starts to act like a giant boat, with too much buoyant force from the water in the soil pushing it up. If the force gets large enough, it can lift the whole structure, causing cracks or leaks. To demonstrate, let's rebuild my old Quicksand experiment, which I'll link the video for in the comments below. Take 2 bottles, cut off the bottoms, and connect them with a length of tube, wrapping the tube in one bottle with a length of fabric. Half fill both bottles with water. When you lift one, you should see the water start to flow through the tube into the other bottle. Switch position, and the flow should reverse. Finally, fill the fabric bottle with sand or soil, with the fabric preventing the soil from being washed into the tube. We'll use the small bottle as our example of a pool. With the water drained out of the soil, bury the small bottle so that the top is level with the larger one. Once it's settled, start raising the water level and observe what happens. Now let's try the same thing with this small bottle playing the part of an underground gas tank at a gas station. Bury it so just the top is visible. Then start the water flowing. As the water rises, the tank is pushed up along with the soil around it on top of it until it pops out onto the surface. And it's not just pools and storage tanks that see this effect. Sometimes, footings and whole buildings can be made to float if the groundwater level gets too high. Worse still, as we saw in both of these cases, the hole left behind usually collapses and fills in on itself, meaning even a small lift can leave the structure unbalanced. Events like these with real engineering projects can be very dramatic to watch and extremely expensive to fix. Engineers try to prevent these incidents by measuring the groundwater levels beforehand, then either making sure there's enough weight above to hold the structure in place, or by adding extra drainage pipe below to keep the groundwater levels from getting too high. Because as engineers, it's our job to anticipate these problems before they pop up.